Welcome to our channel. If you're into rare and valuable coins, you're in the right place. Today, we'll reveal the most sought-after state quarters that collectors can't get enough of. These coins have stories and values that might surprise you. Watch the complete video to find out which coins made the list and why they're so valuable. Let's get started. What if I told you that one small quarter you carry around in your pocket could be worth thousands of dollars? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stick with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why the 2014 Great Smoky Mountains quarter isn't just an ordinary coin, it's a symbol of America's natural beauty, rich history, and a collector's prized treasure you definitely don't want to spend. So, hold on tight as we take a journey into the story behind this remarkable coin and uncover what makes it so special. Let's start with the setting, the Great Smoky Mountains themselves. Picture this: rolling hills blanketed with dense forests, layers of mountains fading into a mysterious mist that dances and swirls in the morning light. This breathtaking landscape sits between Tennessee and North Carolina and is part of the ancient Appalachian Mountain Range, one of the oldest in the world. These mountains are over 200 million years old, older than the Rockies and the Sierra Nevadas, and their history is deeply woven into the fabric of America. The name Smoky comes from the thick fog that often settles in the valleys and between the peaks, giving the mountains a ghostly, smoky appearance. But that mist isn't just atmospheric poetry, it's actually created by organic compounds released by the countless trees and plants that thrive there. It's nature's own fog machine, producing a magical environment that has captivated visitors for centuries. These mountains aren't just scenic beauty, they're home to one of the most diverse ecosystems in North America. Over 19,000 documented species live here, everything from black bears to rare salamanders and ancient trees that have stood for hundreds of years. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is a sanctuary, preserving these wonders for future generations. It's no wonder millions flock here every year to hike, camp, and reconnect with nature. And now, let's zoom out to the late 1990s when the United States Mint launched an exciting project called the 50 State Quarters Program. This program was designed to honor each of the 50 states with unique quarter designs that celebrated their history, landmarks, or symbols. The series ran from 1999 through 2008 and reignited a national passion for coin collecting. Suddenly, coins weren't just currency, they were miniature works of art and storytelling. Tennessee and North Carolina each got their own quarters early in the series, featuring symbols unique to their states. But in 2014, the Mint went beyond state boundaries and celebrated the Great Smoky Mountains as a shared natural treasure spanning both states. This coin was part of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, which followed the 50 state quarters and focused on national parks and monuments. And now, let's talk about the coin itself because the design is truly breathtaking. Front and center is a majestic black bear, a true icon of the Smoky Mountains wildlife. The bear stands proudly in lush foliage, reminding us of the park's thriving ecosystem. Behind the bear, the Appalachian Mountains stretch gracefully, symbolizing the grandeur and timelessness of this landscape. Above, the words Great Smoky Mountains curve along the top, and below, the states Tennessee and North Carolina proudly share credit for this incredible natural wonder. What's incredible about this design is the artistry and symbolism packed into such a tiny piece of metal. Every line, every texture was carefully crafted to tell a story, from the bear's fur to the tree's delicate leaves. The artist who designed this coin had to balance detail with the limitations of coin minting, creating something that would be beautiful not just up close but also recognizable at a glance. This coin was minted at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the small but significant letters P and D marking each one's origin. Mint marks might seem like tiny details, but to collectors, they're crucial. Different mints sometimes produce coins with subtle differences or in varying quantities, and these factors can influence a coin's rarity and value. Speaking of minting, this quarter is made from the standard clad composition, layers of copper and nickel bonded together. This choice makes the coin durable enough for everyday use, ensuring it holds its fine details even after passing through thousands of hands. But just because millions of these quarters were made doesn't mean they're all the same in the eyes of collectors. Here's where it gets really interesting. Beyond the quarters that circulated through everyday transactions, the U.S. Mint also produced special proof and silver proof versions of the Great Smoky Mountains quarter. Proof coins are struck with polished dies and planchets, giving them a mirror-like finish and sharp details. They're usually made in limited numbers and sold to collectors at a premium price. Silver-proof coins are even rarer, struck on actual silver blanks. These coins are prized for their beauty, heft, and collectability. Now, I know what you're thinking, what's this coin actually worth? And here's the honest truth, there isn't one set price. The value depends on many factors: which mint it came from, whether it's a standard circulation coin or a special proof, and most importantly, the condition of the coin. A worn, circulated quarter is worth about 25 cents, maybe a bit more to some collectors. But a pristine, certified proof or silver-proof Great Smoky Mountains quarter can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the right market. So, if you've got one of these coins hiding in a drawer or a coin album, think twice before spending it at the store. It could be worth far more than face value, a real hidden treasure. But remember, coin values fluctuate with market demand, so always get your coins appraised by a professional if you're considering selling. For those who want to build or maintain a collection, proper care is essential. Always handle coins by their edges, never touch the faces with your fingers to avoid oils and dirt damaging the metal. Store your coins in acid-free holders, albums, or capsules to keep them safe from scratches and environmental damage. And resist the temptation to clean them yourself with harsh chemicals. Cleaning often reduces a coin's value more than it helps. So next time you find a quarter in your change, take a closer look. You might be holding more than just currency. Next up, it's our second coin of today's video, and trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end. This one may look like just another quarter, but hidden within its smooth edges and historic artwork is a story that reaches back to the birth of a nation and a value today that might just surprise you. Let's dive into the story of the 2000 Massachusetts state quarter. Now, at first glance, this quarter seems pretty ordinary. You've probably seen it roll across a vending machine tray or maybe even dropped one in a tip jar without a second thought. But this coin is far more than just pocket change. It was the very first quarter released in the year 2000 as part of the United States Mint's iconic 50 state quarters program. Massachusetts had the honor of being among the first of that year, and its design pays homage to the roots of American independence. Imagine holding a little piece of the revolution in your hand. The reverse of the coin, the tail side, features the iconic image of the Minuteman, a citizen soldier ready to spring into battle at a moment's notice. This figure isn't just a work of imagination. It's based on a statue sculpted by Daniel Chester French that stands in Concord, Massachusetts, commemorating those who took up arms during the early days of the American Revolution. The Minuteman isn't just a soldier, he's a symbol of readiness, bravery, and fierce patriotism. Standing tall with musket in hand, he watches over the coin as if guarding history itself. Behind the Minuteman, you'll see the outline of the state of Massachusetts. There's a star carefully placed within the shape to mark the location of Boston, the capital and a historic hub during the Revolutionary War. The text engraved on the coin includes Massachusetts, the year it became a state, 1788, the title the Bay State, and of course, the national motto, E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one. On the front, the head side, George Washington stares proudly into the future, just like on every U.S. quarter since 1932. The familiar inscriptions of United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter frame his portrait, connecting the old with the new in a single, timeless design. Now, what makes this coin even more interesting is its journey from the mint to your palm. The 2000 Massachusetts quarter was minted in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia produced around 628.6 million coins, while Denver struck about 535.2 million. That's over 1.1 billion quarters out there, which might make you wonder, how can a coin so common be worth anything more than 25 cents? Well, here's where things get really interesting. It's not just about how many were made, it's about which ones were made just right. Enter the world of collectors, where condition is king and rarity rules. Among those billions of quarters, only a tiny fraction are in what collectors call mint state. That means flawless, untouched, and preserved just as they left the mint. And then there are the proof coins. Oh yes, proof coins are the crown jewels of any minting year. These special editions are struck with extra care and attention, often using polished dies and high-quality blanks. They're not meant for circulation, they're meant to be collected, cherished, and passed down. The San Francisco Mint produced over 4 million clad proof coins and just under a million silver proof versions of the Massachusetts quarter. The silver ones, in particular, are highly prized, not only for their limited mintage but also for their 90% silver content. But the real treasures? Those are the error coins. Sometimes, the mint process doesn't go as planned. A coin might be struck off-center, double-stamped, or have a misaligned die that leaves its design slightly askew. These quirky accidents are like the rare stamps with the upside-down airplane. They shouldn't exist, but they do. And collectors go wild for them. One such error coin, a 2000p Massachusetts quarter struck 25% off center, was graded mint state 64 and fetched $100 at auction. That's 400 times its face value. Not bad for a mistake, but we're still not at the most shocking part. Among the many Massachusetts quarters out there, a few have reached legendary status. We're talking near perfect condition, special proofs, or rare die variations. Combine that with the demand from both coin collectors and history buffs, and suddenly, you have something incredible on your hands. How incredible? Well, there's one known 2000 Massachusetts quarter, graded at an exceptional level, from a silver proof set, preserved with utmost care, that reached a staggering value of $54000. That's right. $54000 for a coin you could have once received as change from a soda machine. That kind of value doesn't just come from age or rarity, it comes from the stories it carries, the craftsmanship behind it, and the hunger of collectors chasing perfection. It's the thrill of the hunt. It's that tiny hope that maybe, just maybe, you've got one of those rare gems sitting in an old jar of coins or tucked away in a forgotten drawer. So, next time you hold a quarter in your hand, take a closer look. Check the date. Look at the design. Does it shine a little brighter? Is it a proof coin? Does it seem a little off, in a good way? You never know. That ordinary-looking quarter might just have a backstory worth thousands, and that's the magic of coins like the 2000 Massachusetts quarter. They remind us that history isn't just something in textbooks, it's something we can hold, something we can share, and in rare cases, something that can change our lives. Stick around, because we've still got more hidden treasures to explore in today's lineup. Who knows? The next coin could be the one in your collection that's secretly worth a fortune. Next up, let's talk about a coin that looks as ordinary as any you might find in your change after a grocery run, but don't let that simplicity fool you. The 2004 Michigan State Quarter holds a story that's carved in ice, rooted in history, and believe it or not, etched in treasure. At first glance, it seems like just another entry in the 50 State Quarters program. But dig a little deeper, and this coin starts to shine with surprising brilliance. Now imagine this, a coin not just designed to reflect a place, but to celebrate a natural marvel. 5 of them, actually. This quarter doesn't showcase a person, a building, or a battle. It proudly displays the shape of Michigan itself, bordered by the defining feature of the state, the Great Lakes. The design is clean, elegant, and deeply symbolic. There's no fuss, just Michigan's outline cradled by water, like a hand reaching out to the heart of North America. The Great Lakes, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario, don't just hug Michigan's borders, they define its way of life. They're a source of industry, culture, recreation, and identity for millions. And here they are, forever cast in metal, on a 25-cent piece. You can almost feel the icy breeze off Lake Superior when you hold this coin in your hand. It evokes the rugged coastline, the winter storms, the shipping channels, the history of trade and travel that shaped an entire region. This isn't just a coin, it's a map. A frozen moment, sculpted to honor land and water alike. Now let's turn it over. Literally. On the obverse, like every quarter in the series, you'll find the timeless image of George Washington. But something about seeing his profile beside the bold shape of Michigan feels especially powerful. A president born in Virginia, staring across a coin that captures the upper Midwest, a subtle reminder of how vast and varied this nation truly is. Above and below his portrait, you'll find the familiar inscriptions: United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter. Classic. Permanent. Unified, but it's what's on the back that makes this coin unforgettable. The inscriptions tell a simple story: Michigan 1837, the year it joined the Union, and Great Lakes State, its beloved nickname. The words feel like an echo from a snow-covered forest or a thunderous lakefront storm. Raw, natural, and untamed. Now, let's shift focus to what many people find even more exciting: the minting story. This coin came to life in 2 main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The Philadelphia Mint produced roughly 225 million of these quarters, while the Denver Mint added another 229 million to the count. Together, that's over 450 million coins released into circulation in 2004. But here's the twist: not all quarters are treated equally by fate. Some slip quietly into cash registers and parking meters, worn down by years of use. But a rare few, those preserved, untouched, and sometimes even flawed, become legends in the world of coin collecting. Among these are the proof coins, struck not for everyday transactions, but for collectors. The San Francisco Mint was responsible for producing these special versions, beautifully finished coins with mirror-like surfaces and ultra-sharp detail. Unlike the regular quarters, which were stamped once at high speed, proof coins are struck multiple times with polished dies to bring out every element of the design. There are two main types of proofs, clad in silver. The silver versions, made of 90% silver, are what really get collectors' hearts racing. Limited in number and stunning in appearance, these silver proofs are already more valuable than their face value. But some go far beyond that, reaching into the territory of legends. Then there's the exciting and often unexpected world of minting errors. These aren't intentional designs, they're the fascinating accidents of the minting process. Maybe the coin was struck slightly off-center. Maybe the die was doubled. Maybe the planchet had a flaw. Whatever the case, these imperfections transform an ordinary coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. The right combination of condition, error, and rarity can skyrocket a coin's value, and that brings us to the thrill of the hunt. Collectors across the country have kept a close eye on Michigan quarters, especially the proof and error varieties. Some coins have surfaced with extraordinary features, crisp details, dazzling luster, and the kinds of minting oddities that make seasoned collectors pause and stare. Coins like these often find their way into auctions, where bidding wars erupt and prices climb fast. You might think, sure, it's cool, but how much could a quarter like this really be worth? Well, here comes the jaw-dropper. Among the few Michigan state quarters that have reached the pinnacle of grading, flawless silver proofs with rare traits, there are verified examples that have sold for incredible sums. We're talking real, certified sales, not rumors or guesses. One such specimen, preserved in near-perfect condition and evaluated at the highest proof levels, fetched a staggering $43,000 at auction. And that wasn't even the ceiling. Another Michigan quarter, an extraordinary silver proof with both visual appeal and impeccable grading, has been recorded selling for as much as $48,000. But that's a leap from a coin meant to be spent on gumballs and parking meters. A leap into a whole other world of value. Imagine that, a piece of metal no bigger than a cookie, holding enough value to buy a brand new car or make a down payment on a home. So here's the takeaway: the 2004 Michigan State Quarter isn't just a commemorative design. It's a monument. A miniature time capsule. A potential fortune in your palm. Maybe you've had one all along, sitting in a shoebox, tucked inside an old drawer, or forgotten at the bottom of a jar of change. Maybe it's a proof you bought in a set years ago, never realizing what it might become. Or maybe it's still out there, waiting to be found. Either way, this story reminds us of something powerful. Great things don't always come with flashing lights or screaming headlines. Sometimes, greatness hides in the quietest places, in something as humble as a quarter. And who knows? The next time you sort through your change, you might not just be handling money, you could be holding a piece of Michigan's legacy, and $48,000 in your fingers. Keep your eyes open. Because every coin has a story. And some, like the 2004 Michigan State Quarter, have chapters worth a fortune. Next rare coin in our lineup is one that glimmers with both beauty and mystery, an unassuming piece of change that holds deep historical meaning and, for a lucky few, astonishing value. We're talking about the 2006 Nevada State Quarter, a coin that captures the wild essence of the American West and, in rare forms, has taken collectors by surprise. Released on January 31, 2006, as part of the 50 State Quarters program, Nevada's quarter was the first issue that year. The reverse design grabs your attention immediately. 3 wild horses charge forward across open land, manes flying, hooves lifted, their motion full of power and freedom. This isn't just decoration, it's a statement. These Mustangs represent the untamed, rugged identity of Nevada, a state home to more wild horses than anywhere else in the U.S. The wild Mustang is more than a symbol, it's part of the soul of the West. These animals once roamed in the tens of thousands across Nevada's plains, and today, they remain a source of pride, debate, and protection. Capturing them in mid-stride wasn't just artistic, it was emotional. The design speaks to a spirit that refuses to be broken. Behind them rise snow-capped mountains, while sagebrush, the state flower, fills the foreground. Floating above it all, the phrase, "the Silver State," ties it back to Nevada's rich mining past, when the discovery of silver played a massive role in shaping its economy and culture. During the 19th century, silver literally pulled people across deserts and into dangerous mountain passes. The Comstock lode turned sleepy settlements into booming mining towns almost overnight. The design was created by artist Don Everhart, who struck the perfect balance between natural beauty and symbolic strength. It's simple, but bold. Unlike many other quarters, it doesn't just depict a landmark or moment, it tells a story of movement, energy, and survival. Flip the coin to the obverse and you'll find the familiar portrait of George Washington, as seen on all state quarters. The inscriptions read United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust, and $quarter. A consistent layout, but paired with the vibrant reverse, it adds depth to the overall feel of the coin. Now let's talk numbers. The Philadelphia Mint struck about 275 million of these quarters. The Denver Mint followed closely with roughly 263 million. So yes, hundreds of millions were made. But the secret to value is never in the quantity, it's in the details. While most ended up in everyday circulation, some were struck at the San Francisco Mint as proof coins, intended solely for collectors. These proof versions, especially the silver ones made with 90% silver, were minted in much smaller numbers and carry exceptional quality. They feature mirrored backgrounds, frosted designs, and were never meant to be touched or spent. It's from this select group that some of the most valuable Nevada quarters have emerged. Proof coins aren't just better looking, they're built differently. Each one is struck multiple times using polished dies, creating crisp details and a mirror-like finish. This process takes longer and requires more care, which is why proof coins are so highly regarded. They're a perfect snapshot of what the mint was capable of at its very best, but it's not just condition that creates value. Mint errors, unintentional yet rare mistakes, are another major factor. Some Nevada quarters were struck off-center. Others show signs of double dies or die cracks. A few were minted on incorrect planchets entirely. These flaws, though small, can create coins that are one of a kind. And in the world of collecting, uniqueness is everything. A mint error isn't a flaw, it's a fingerprint. It's something that makes that one coin unlike any other in the world. Combine that with a high-grade silver proof, and you have something truly special, a coin that collectors will compete for. Imagine a coin that combines all of this: a silver proof version, never circulated, graded PR70, the highest possible rating, and featuring a rare minting anomaly. That's not just a collectible. That's a showpiece. And the coin market reacts accordingly. Collectors value these combinations of rarity, condition, and design. When one of these Nevada state quarters checks all the right boxes, especially in a flawless silver proof state, it can command serious attention at auctions. We're talking serious numbers. What makes it even more exciting is that some of these coins weren't sold at high-end dealers or picked up by professional investors. They were found in old collections, inherited coin sets, or overlooked boxes from years ago. It reminds us that these treasures don't always come with a spotlight. Sometimes, they're hiding in plain sight. One such example, perfectly preserved and verified by expert grading agencies, has sold for an eye-watering $39,000. From a piece that started as 25 cents, that's an incredible leap. And it's not just about the price, it's about what the coin represents: freedom, nature, craftsmanship, and a slice of history frozen in silver. So next time you're looking through your collection, checking your change, or browsing proof sets, keep an eye out for the 2006 Nevada quarter. Look closely at the shine, the detail, and the edge. You never know when a small detail, something as subtle as a slightly shifted strike or an unusually sharp image, might mean the difference between an ordinary coin and something extraordinary. That's the story of Nevada's quarter, born in the desert, shaped by silver, and in rare cases, worth as much as a new car. From the Mustangs that gallop across its design to the mountain ranges that cradle them, this coin is more than just currency. It's a tribute to the wild, a celebration of craftsmanship, and for one lucky holder, a $39,000 piece of American history. To close out today's journey, we turn our attention to a truly special quarter, one that carries with it a rich history and deep cultural significance. The 2008 Hawaii State Quarter isn't just the final release in the 50 State Quarters program, it's a coin that tells a unique story, standing apart from the others in both design and meaning. This quarter transports us across the vast Pacific Ocean to the islands of Hawaii, a land known for its breathtaking beauty, vibrant culture, and proud heritage. On its reverse, the image of King Kamehameha I takes center stage. His powerful stance, with an outstretched arm pointing toward the Hawaiian Islands, symbolizes the unification of the islands under his rule in the early 19th century. Dressed in his traditional feathered cloak and ceremonial helmet, he exudes strength, leadership, and dignity. It's an image that immediately commands respect and admiration, capturing a pivotal figure in Hawaii's history whose influence continues to resonate today. What's remarkable here is that this quarter is the only one in the entire 50 State Quarters series to feature a monarch. While many states chose symbols like flowers, landmarks, or animals to represent themselves, Hawaii chose a person, a leader whose legacy shaped the very identity of the islands. This choice gives the coin an emotional weight that goes far beyond its face value. making it a centerpiece for any serious collector's set. Surrounding the islands, you'll find the Hawaiian state motto, Ue Maukue o Kaina I Kapono, which translates to "the life of the land is perpetuated in righteousness." This powerful phrase captures a deep connection between the people and their land. It harkens back to a pivotal moment in Hawaiian history when the kingdom's sovereignty was restored after a brief British occupation in 1843. The motto embodies the resilience and enduring spirit of Hawaii, emphasizing justice and righteousness as foundations for life and governance. Flipping the coin to the obverse side, we see the familiar profile of George Washington, providing continuity throughout the entire Quarters series. His stoic visage reminds us that while each state's design celebrates its unique story, all are part of a unified nation. The inscriptions "United States of America, Liberty, In God We Trust," and $quarter encircle Washington's image, grounding the coin in its role as official currency. In terms of production, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 254 million Hawaii quarters, while the Denver Mint produced approximately 263 million. These large numbers ensured that the coin circulated widely, appearing in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars across the country. But like many coins, its greatest value is found not in circulation but in special collector editions. That's where the proof coins come in. Produced by the San Francisco Mint in much smaller numbers, these coins were struck with exceptional care. Particularly notable are the silver proof versions, made with 90% silver, which feature a mirror-like finish and sharp, frosted details. These proofs were never meant for everyday use. They were designed for collectors who appreciate the artistry and history embodied in each strike. Condition is crucial when it comes to value. Proof coins graded PR70, the highest possible grade, are flawless, showing no marks or imperfections even under magnification. Such coins are incredibly rare and highly prized by collectors. When a coin achieves this level of perfection, it becomes a shining example of the mint's craftsmanship and the coin's historical importance. Adding to the allure are rare minting variations and anomalies, which can include double dies, slight off-center strikes, or other subtle errors. These minting quirks, though technically mistakes, add a layer of uniqueness to the coin, often driving collector interest and increasing value. Beyond the technical and numismatic factors, the Hawaii quarter carries a profound cultural story. It's more than just metal, it's a symbol of a people, their leadership, and their journey into statehood. Hawaii's path to joining the Union was complex, involving its history as an independent kingdom, its overthrow, and eventual statehood in 1959. The coin reflects that rich narrative, making it stand out in the world of collectible quarters. So, what about its value? Among the rarest and most flawless examples, silver-proof Hawaii quarters graded PR70 and featuring unique characteristics. Some have been valued between $33,000 and $36,000. This is remarkable for a coin that started its life as a simple 25-cent piece. It shows how rarity, condition, and cultural significance combine to create true value. As we wrap up today's exploration of these remarkable coins, the 2008 Hawaii quarter serves as a powerful reminder that value in collecting isn't just about age or metal content. Sometimes it's the story, the artistry, and the connection to history that make a coin truly priceless. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this quarter is a perfect example of why coins are more than currency. They're storytellers, history keepers, and, in some cases, hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. So next time you come across a Hawaii quarter, especially a proof or silver proof, take a closer look. You never know when a coin might carry not just a piece of the past, but a potential fortune for the future. And that wraps up today's fascinating journey through some of the rarest and most valuable state quarters in the U.S. collection. From the stories behind each design to the incredible values these coins can hold, it's clear that even small pieces of metal can carry big histories and surprising worth. If you enjoyed this deep dive into these amazing quarters, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, and drop a comment below telling us which coin fascinated you the most or if you have a rare quarter of your own. And if you want to stay updated on more rare finds and coin stories, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll uncover even more hidden treasures from the world of coin collecting.